Hello, I'm Megan from Coreworks Fitness. Welcome to class. Today we're going to do a gentle stretch and recovery class. So assuming you're doing Pilates or other exercises throughout the week, other programs, we want to make sure we work in some time for the muscles to recover, for you to stretch a little bit. These are nice exercises to add at the beginning and the end of a more strenuous workout, or to just do on their own. So hopefully you'll leave today with some of those exercises in your back pocket, and they can certainly work into any part of your day. So let's start sitting crisscross, just however your legs naturally land, and rest your hands onto your knees. Start by trying to get your weight right over top of your sits bones. So sometimes we tend to land and we're leaning a little far forward. Can you get to a position where you're centered over the sits bones and at the same time you can relax your hips? So think of the back sides of the knees reaching down to the mat. If you're comfortable here to close your eyes, just close your eyes for a moment. Concentrate on your breath, inhaling through your nose, feeling the crown of the head rise towards the ceiling and your sits bones root towards the mat. Gentle sigh, exhale through the mouth, feeling the shoulders drop down and ribs draw in. And we'll just take several breaths this way, allowing yourself to just let go of any stresses from the day and just find yourself getting comfortable and settled on your mat. Open your eyes on your next inhale and just let the chin drop to the chest. Keeping your shoulders back. So you're not pushing your shoulders down, you're just letting them rest. And you're encouraging the crown of the head forward and the chin down. So think about finding length through the back of the neck. So rather than just pushing your nose down, think of reaching your head away. Keep reaching away as if I'm pulling your head up and off your neck, and gently lift the head and then extend back, chin towards the ceiling, opening up the front of the neck and the throat. And then gently coming back down, chin to chest. Lift your head straight to the ceiling this time, finding that length in the neck, and then relax your ear, your right ear to your right shoulder. As you do this, try to feel this nice stretch on the left side of the body from the earlobe down to the shoulder. Now, if you want a little more of a stretch here, take that left hand, reach it out onto the mat, little pressure into the fingers, and reaching the head away from the shoulder. Bring your hand back to your knee, bring your head back to center. And then left ear to left shoulder. You'll notice pretty quickly if you have a deeper range of motion on one side versus the other. So just allow gravity to do its job here. You're not pushing the ear down, you're just letting the weight of the head release down to that left shoulder. And then if you'd like, taking your right hand out to the side, encouraging a little bit more release. Hand to the knee, head back to the center. Let's combine some of those movements here, flexing the head forward, chin to chest, and then roll your head ear to the right, and then back, left ear to left shoulder, and center. Switch to the other direction, left ear first, head back to the right, and to the center, and lift back. Take your right hand, gently reach it behind your back, and then the left hand's going to hold on to that right wrist. You're going to gently pull back. So I'm reaching my fingertips towards the wall behind me, gently pulling that right arm to the left. So I'm trying to open up through this right shoulder. Take a breath, let the shoulders release. And then bend the elbows so you can switch hands. So now your left hand is reaching off behind that right hip, holding onto the wrist, gently pulling back and opening up. And then come back into the center. Take both hands out behind you. You're high up on your fingertips here. Shift the weight back. So your back is neutral. You're nice and straight, but you're just hinged back a little bit. From here, send the heart to the ceiling. Gentle tip of the hips forward, so you're getting a little bit of an arch of the back here. And then as you exhale, pull the ribs down to the hips around the spine. So now the back is nice and round. You're stretching the low back, pulling the hips back towards the waist. Shoulders are still rolled back. Open up one more time. Deep arch. And then pull ribs in and round. Come back into the center. Carefully switch the cross of the legs. So you're on the non-dominant side. Take the right hand, bring it to your left knee. Your left hand is going to come right behind you, lined up with the center of the back. You're high up on your fingertips again. And then as we inhale, we're going to look over that left shoulder and encourage a twist. So I'm gently pulling on my left knee to encourage those left ribs back. Think of it being a corkscrew here. You're lifting up a little bit taller each time you inhale, relaxing the shoulders as you exhale. And then next inhale, you'll release back to center. Left hand on the right knee, right arm out behind you. Push down into that back arm as you rotate. And then come back into the center. Let's take the right hand out to the side, left arm up towards the ceiling, gentle side bend. So ribs are reaching, right ribs are reaching into the body, left ribs towards the ceiling. You're supporting yourself with your right hand. And then come back to center, switch to the other side. Keeping that space between the head and the ear consistent. And coming back to center. We're going to switch to that right side again, make this flow a little bit more. So rotate towards your left knee, swing the arm towards the front of the body, and then gently end up side bend to the other side. So you're just going to make this flow back and forth, nice twist and rotation of the spine. Don't get too caught up in exactly where the arms are. I want you to think about that spine just moving freely here. It should be nice and comfortable. We'll do one more in each direction. Finishing on that left side, and then let the hands come into the center, reach the arms forward. Press the hands down, encourage the hips back towards the mat so you're stretching the low back. And then gently walk your hands in towards the body. Let's bring the legs into a nice diamond shape here. So the soles of the feet are together and you're holding onto your toes. Start by lifting the chest. So my back is as flat as I can get it, or neutral. And then you're going to send your chest forward. So I'm hinging from the hips here. I'm trying to keep neutral for now. The more I push into the feet, the more I can feel my inner thighs stretch. I'm encouraging those backs of the knees to come down. Gentle reach forward, hips are staying back, belly is engaged to hold that low back nice and gentle. Now keep holding the toes. See if you can open the chest and arch the back a little bit. So heart is forward now, feeling a bigger stretch through the chest and the upper back. And then rounding over the feet. Open the heart, lift into that hinge first. You may end up a little bit lower than you did when you came from a sitting position, and then arch the back. And then come back to that hinge and lift straight up again. Beautiful. Let's bring the legs out in front of us, and your legs are going to be a little bit wider than hip distance, and you're going to be resting on your heels here. All right, hands are going to be behind the head. I'm actually going to turn for you. Hands behind the head. I'm lifting up nice and tall here. Start with a nice twist. So twist to your right and then center and left. Hips are staying still, knees are staying still, just getting this nice movement just underneath the rib cage. Next time you rotate right, let's hold there. You're going to straighten that left leg and you're going to side bend. So reaching that left elbow to the left knee, lifting back up, come back to center, bend the knee. Rotate left, straighten that right leg, side bend, elbow to knee. Lifting back up, back to center. Let's do one more on each side here. Reaching and side bending, lifting and center. Rotate, straighten, and reach. And lift and center. Release the hands, bring the legs right out in front of you. Nice flexed feet here so the legs are pretty active. And let's reach the arms forward, getting some flexion through the hips. Grab onto the legs, the feet, the mat, wherever you can hold on to give a little pressure down, pulling the belly back. Nice deep stretch here. Now draw that belly in even more deeply and work to restack the spine using the muscles of the abdominals to lift yourself all the way back up. This time we're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Slide the shoulders down, hinge forward, keeping the back nice and flat. Hold that hinge, get deep. And then round over the legs, keep the arms reaching forward. Lift the arms so they're in line with the ears, and then arch the back to send the heart forward and lift all the way back up. Release into your neutral position. Hinge first. Hold that hinge, get deep, and then round. And then arch to lift. Think of reaching the heart to the toes. And then back to center and bring the arms all the way down. Let's go ahead and swing the legs out behind us. Come into an all fours position here. Knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Start with a nice neutral spine position. You're going to come into an easy cat-cow here. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale as you arch, sits bones towards the ceiling, chest towards the fingertips. Hold in the center, and then again, working with a gentle flow here, we're going to arch the back and then round and side bend at the same time. So you're side bending to the right, and then you're arching and sort of snaking the spine around, so you're side bending to the left. And then round, switching sides, arching. So you're working your cat-cow as you side bend. Again, not getting too caught up in which side and when you're bending, when you're arching. Just make sure you're getting some side bending going on and some lovely stretch, arching, and flexing. And then when you've gone back and forth a couple times, go ahead and do one cat-cow through the center. And then relax here. Let's go ahead and curl the toes under, press up into a downward facing dog, and widen the feet a little bit here. So you're a little bit wider than hip distance. You're pushing back with the hands and pushing the heels down. So let's start with just working those legs a little bit. So bend the right knee, send the left hip towards the ceiling. So you're stretching through the back of the left leg. And then switch to the other side. And then let both heels come down. So you may, depending on how flexible you are, you may need to bring your hands and feet a little closer together for this next one. But I'd like you to just keep the right hand where it is. Bring the left hand across to the right leg. It may hit the knee, it may hit the ankle, wherever you can grab on. I want you to grab a little bit of pressure here. So you're pulling and you're looking under that right armpit. Breathe here. Keep stretching those hips to the ceiling. And then come back to center, place the hand down, send those hips back again if they came forward, and then reach the right hand across to the left ankle, look under the left shoulder. And then bring your hand back. Gently send the hips forward, come into your all fours position again. Let the feet come down. We're going to take that right foot and bring it forward. So we're going to keep the hands on the floor for now so we're nice and supported. Send the hips forward. So now you're getting a nice stretch through the left hip. Make sure you have enough room to get those hips forward. And then gently press back so you're straightening that right leg. Let the toes come up. If you're okay to lift up, put your hands on the crease of the hip. And you're going to send the hips back towards the heels as the chest comes forward. So now that you're stretching the hamstring on the right side. And if you feel okay here in balance, you can just keep your hands on your hips or your knee or your thigh. And we're going to go back and forth a couple of times here. Holding in whichever position feels good. If you need an extra breath in a position, of course, hold that position. And we'll go back into that hamstring one more time. This time when you come forward, let's put both hands over the knee or on top of the knee. Push into the leg and then give a gentle rotation towards that right leg. So you're reaching, nice rotation, relaxing through the shoulder. And then come back to center and press back. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side. So support yourself with your hands as much as you need to. And then we'll press forward. Finding your position here, knee is just barely in front of the heel. And then we'll press back for that nice hamstring stretch, using your hands as much as you need to, and then lifting up if you feel okay here. Let the heel press down, toes lift, and chest comes forward. And then we'll go forward and back here a couple times. Trying to keep those hips square, watching that that right hip doesn't shove off to the side, reaching back. All right, hamstring one more time. And then we'll come forward, both hands on the knee, and then press and rotate to the left. And back to center, and let's bring both hands down again. So for this next one, we're going to come into a nice pigeon stretch. So you're going to pull your right knee forward, internally rotate the leg so that left heel is lined up about with the right heel is lined up about with the left thigh. And then scoot the leg back. Your goal is to get your hips as low as you can. Hands are in front of you. Reach the hips down, reach the chest forward. So as soon as I drop my chest a little bit and keep that nice neutral spine position, I can really get this lovely stretch along the side of the leg. If you feel okay here and want to come down onto your forearms, this is a nice place to hold too. If you feel like you can get a little deeper here, another option is to include a nice quad stretch. So if you come up onto your hands, reach out behind you, bend your left knee, and grab onto your foot on the outside of the foot. Lifting up, opening the shoulder. Gently release the leg. Let's fold over your pigeon stretch for another couple breaths. And then place your hands down. Curl the back toes under to help you lift, and we'll switch to the other side. So reaching forward, release the leg down. And then if you're comfortable, coming down onto your forearms, we'll come onto your forearms. You can either stay there or you can lift back up, bend that right knee, grab onto the foot, it's back here somewhere, and open up the shoulder, feeling the difference from one side to the other, opening up the side of the chest. And then gently release the leg, come all the way back down, and hold that pigeon stretch for another breath or two. Letting the hips open with each exhale. Try to release any clenching of those glutes. And then this time we'll carefully help ourselves up and we'll swing our legs out in front of us. So from here, I'd like you to hold onto the legs and we're just gently going to roll back. Now, if you start to lose control here, just support yourself with your elbow so you can try to get that nice articulation all the way down, stretching the back on the way down. From here, we'll bend our knees, hands down by your side. I'm going to do some gentle bridging here. Start by exhaling as you imprint the spine and then slowly peel the hips up. Lifting the spine one vertebrae at a time. And exhale as you lower back down. And let's just do one more like this so we can just feel how the spine feels in a laying down position. All right, once you're down, let's pull that right knee into the chest, extend the left leg all the way out. Let it rest on the floor, stretching the left hip. Gently straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling, holding onto the thigh. Keep the toe pointed for a moment and push the leg away as you pull the leg towards you. So you're getting a little work here. Legs are pulling the arms away, arms are pulling the leg towards you. So this oppositional pull. And then flex the foot, let the leg release so the leg isn't pushing away anymore. And now pull the leg closer to the body. So now we're getting a nice hamstring stretch. Carefully bend the knee, place the foot down, and we'll switch to the other side. So we'll pull the left knee into the chest, extend the right leg. And then reach the leg up, extending the leg up, toe pointed, oppositional push and pull. You can be pulling on the arms, but still keeping the shoulders down. And then flex the foot, let the leg release so that you can pull it a little closer to the body. Breathing here. And then bend the knee, place the foot down. So keep the left foot on the mat for now. Take the right leg and cross the ankle over the foot, over the knee. In this position, I want you to feel the knee pressing away towards the end of the mat. So you can already start to feel a nice figure four stretch here. You can hold here, or if it feels good, you can pull that left thigh towards the body. Keep trying to push the right knee away. Gently bring the left foot down and right foot down. We'll switch to the other side. So starting with the foot down so you can feel the push away of the left knee, and then lifting if you would like. Bring that right foot down, uncross the legs, and then just bring the feet about as wide as the mat. You're going to bring your arms out into a T position, so extend it all the way out to either side of the body. Rotate the knees to the right and the hips, and then look over your left shoulder. Hold in this twist, just breathing here. Gently pull the knees into the center, head to the center, and we'll rotate to the other side. Let's come back into the center. Pull your knees into your chest. Allow the spine to curl a little bit so you can feel the low back into the mat. Rocking side to side. And then hold in the center. Bring your legs to about a 45-degree angle, but nice and wide, not 45, 90-degree angle. And then nice and wide. Start with pulling behind the knees. If that feels okay, grab onto either the inside or the outside edge of the foot, whatever feels good. I want you to encourage the knees down, encourage a deep opening of the hips, and then you can rock side to side here. You can also just hang out, encouraging the knees down, encouraging the hips to open. Very gently releasing the legs and coming all the way back down. Let's do one more nice bridge here, bringing it a little deeper. So hands are down by your sides to start. And let's articulate your bridge up, coming all the way up. So full hip extension, nice diagonal line from shoulders to knees, and then interlace the fingers underneath the body. Start by shimmying the shoulder blades together like you're trying to tuck the shoulders under the body, and then arch the back a little bit. So push more into the feet. Think of this, the pubic bone reaching to the ceiling. Chest is open. So you're exaggerating your bridge a little bit, just enjoying this nice stretch. Neck stays long, so make sure if you're super flexible and you lift up a little too high with the chest, you'll crimp the neck. So just be careful that you're keeping a nice long neck. And then gently let the shoulder blades widen, release the hands. Lower the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Feel yourself a little bit heavier into the mat now. And then let's extend our legs all the way out. So we're not going to do a meditation today, but we are going to spend about a minute just in a gentle, relaxing state. So let your legs open as they naturally would. They usually will fall into a nice external rotation. Turn your palms up so they're facing the ceiling. Let your spine release into a natural position. So don't fight into pulling the belly in. Just let the belly release. Shoulders are open, chest is open. Start to find ease in your breath here, not forcing any sort of breath. Just let the body relax and start to feel the sensation of getting heavier and heavier into your mat. And we're going to enjoy about a minute of silence and peace here together. Begin to deepen your breath, noticing the rise and fall of the chest and the belly with each breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rotating the legs a little bit, feeling the feet pull towards each other. And then when you're ready, bending the knees so the feet come flat. Drawing your knees into your chest one more time. Curl your nose up to your knees, rock forward and back until you come all the way to a sitting position. And let's come back into that crisscross position that we started in. Hands onto the knees. Nice deep inhale, pulling into the knees, reaching the chest to the ceiling. And then exhaling as you round, pull the ribs in and the belly back. And then come back into center. One nice breath together, inhaling and exhaling. Great work. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more content like this, go ahead and look at the notes below and click through to Coreworks Fitness. Thank you.